What it is, it's your boy Burley. Oh, hold on, let me fix my. Gotta get my camera thing right. What's going on? Coffee and Maryjane, we is busy. You know how we do. I got a good cup, a big cup for my coffee right here. This thing here help keep the coffee hot. And look, it got a piece that you connect into your car. It goes into the car, heat up the coffee for you, man. With these geniuses. It's genius. Salute to everybody in the chat. Coffee and Maryjane. And we are now turning from Coffee and Maryjane to Martial Debate. Our Coffee and Maryjanes now have the Martial Debate. Hey. Oh, there's a live going on here. Oh, okay. I'm just letting you know. We live. Coffee and Maryjane, who with me? Coffee and Maryjane, who with me? Let me know where you from. What we got? Uh-oh. Said, what the hell? Uh-oh, somebody sounded real aggressive. Sounds very aggressive. Serena? Yeah, it sounded real aggressive. Yeah, we add Martial Debate to the lives now. We're going to throw out the Martial Debate. The Great Honor Prospect, East London. Okay. Oh, all right. That's all good. Schenectady, New York. We got New York up here, upstate. Roger W., what's going on, sir? That's right. Let's let some people come in the room first. You know, I ain't do a live in a minute, so it's probably going to take a minute to get the notifications out. Gold Surfer, salute. Smash that like button, please. Smash that like button as you enter the room. Now, the Martial Debate part of Coffee and Maryjane, we're going to need everybody in the chat. This is not going to work if everybody in the chat is not activated. We got to get ready to activate. Gold Surfer, okay, get ready to activate. You know what I'm saying? More than me just sitting here ranting on, I'm going to need y'all. I'm going to need y'all for this Martial Debate. Bring a friend, tell a friend, share the video. The more people we have in the chat, the more people we can get their opinions. Excuse me, we can all learn something. You know, even though I'm sipping this coffee, the coffee has room to be filled. That's right, my cup don't overfloweth. I'm ready to take in more information. That's all it's about. So we can learn something. Smash that like button. Share the video. Coffee and Maryjane with the / Martial Debate. That's right. Where we at? We at 4 minutes. As soon as we get to 5 minutes, we're going to start rocking. And we're going to ask the question. The question is already up in the description. But I've been doing these Martial Debates on Facebook, and I really like where it's going because we're getting a lot of people to chime in. Some of the answers are crazy, but hey, you know, nobody knows everything. That's right. That's why we need debate. And debate means facts over feelings. You know what I'm saying? This ain't an argument. See, what separates debate from an argument is the argument has feelings in it. This is debate. So we want facts too. If you can prove some of your facts or whatever you saying, please do. Share links, videos, whatever wherever, any way you got to do it. All right, we at the 5-minute mark. Okay. Now, I've been asking this question a lot, and I've been phrasing it differently on Facebook. So a lot of people get the opinion that I am against street fighters. I am not. I was once a street fighter, straight like that. But then I went on to a trained fighter. So the question is, can a trained fighter do better than a street fighter in a real fight? Talk to me, people. Talk to me. Tell me what you think. That's right, 10 people in the chat. Let's chat about it. We got 10 people in the chat. Let's chat about it. I just threw the gauntlet down. if the great honor and prospect said if a trained fighter ain't got no heart, he can't beat a street fighter. But why are we assuming that the trained fighter doesn't have heart, Mr. Great Honor? That's the question I throw back at you. Is why are we assuming that the street fighter, the trained fighter, doesn't have heart? Because let's keep this right. Where you're right at. Let me tell you something. What my teacher told me. He said I can teach you how to throw a left hook, teach you when to throw an uppercut. I can't teach you when to execute. See, heart is not something you can learn in the gym. See, that's why most trained fighters that are out there going, they already got the heart thing covered. Because you ain't going to be in there. Ain't nobody, you ain't going to be able to do it. You're going to be pushing this, you're going to be sparring. They're going to figure it out. They're going to figure it out. So, unless I'm not talking about the trained fighter that goes once a week. No, I'm talking about the guy that's going 5 times a week. He's sparring, he's running, he's jumping rope, and he's competing on whatever level. He's in there. Gold Surfer says, depends on experience also. And experience, what do you mean by experience? Break that down. What experience are we talking about? Roger W says, stamina, skill, agility too. Okay. Okay, Black Jen says, I think it depends on experience on both ends because your trained fighter doesn't mean you know when to use it and the street fighter doesn't see professional angles. Why wouldn't you know when to use it, Black Jen? If you're in there sparring, like I said, you sparring, you're competing, you know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't you know when to use it when the time came on? Because only thing that's really separating the professional fighting from a street fight is the rules. And you know what I'm saying? It's a slightly controlled situation. But let's not play around. See, let's not play around with this right here. I'm kick some real, I'm gonna drop some real jewels on you. And throw another question inside of this question here is what does a street fight and a professional fight share in common? I'm gonna say it again. Because this is what I want this to be clear. Lord J-Mo, come in here with that triangle trade. He get the triangle. You get that triangle trade salute for that $5 super chat. That's right, we back, Lord J-Mo. And we got the debate going on. I want some debate. You know what I'm saying? Drop a suit if you want your question read quicker or you need more attention. You know how to do it. Super chat it, and we gonna bat it. Okay. Rules protect the train, Omega says. Yeah, rules do protect the train. Yeah. It's a control because it's a controlled substance. It's a controlled environment. But no, what does a street fight and a professional fight share in common? What do they share in common? Toby Smith said gloves and bare knuckles are different. Yes, they are. They are totally different. Totally different. Boxing came from bare knuckles though. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna throw that out there. Roger W, the Joe Rogan videos on Krav versus MMA fighter. No, I haven't seen that. I'm gonna have to check that out. An experienced street fighter has advantages over a trained fighter in the fight. Why? Tell me. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you the answer to the question too and get back to what Gold Surfer is saying. I'm going to give you the answer to the question. The one thing a street fight and a professional fight share in common is you can die in both of them. Straight like that. Straight like that. You can die in both of them. So let's not get it twisted. There is a lot of heart in the man stepping in the ring or that octagon. There's a lot of heart that goes into that. You cannot, you signed a waiver. I competed on an amateur level, and you signed a waiver that says, you can die competing. Yeah, it woke me up. It woke me up when I read that. Like, hold on. And they made me get on camera and say it. Because they want you to know. So let's not talk about heart now. Let's understand the true question and what's happening. Because respect to the street fighter, respect to a street fighter, but that street fighter can't never compare to the discipline of a trained fighter. Straight like that. The discipline to wake up 5 in the morning. See, let me tell you something. The street fighter is fighting when he has to. So all of this experience of a street fighter is well overblown. It's overblown. Unless you know a street fighter that's fighting like 10 times a week, okay then, I'm with you. If you got a street fighter that's fighting 10 times a week, all year round, I'm with you. But you know why you don't know one? Because that street fighter would be perished. Bruce Gas Boxing, salute. That street fighter would be perished. How could he be having all of those damn fights? Because the experience he's going to need to compete with a trained fighter. See, you see the trained fighter going to the gym every day, he's sparring. And I don't care what we say about the variables about a fight, sparring is the realest because it cures your spiritual. It touches your spiritual. And you're doing it on the regular. So you're actually fighting way more times than this street fighter. Don't knock sparring until you get up in there and do it. That's spiritual. Oh, Bruce Black Jet said, I can see where you're coming from being a street fighter to a trained fighter. It's totally different. The discipline is different. I had street fights, let's not get it twisted. But I was only fighting when it was a violation. And I'm not going to sit up here and act like every day of my life in the streets was a violation. Like I fought, there were some violations, but it wasn't happening that many times. And I was there. And I know some street fighters, and they wasn't fighting that many times. But when they fought, they did. There was something to certain brothers that had a natural sense of timing. Like they may not have the skill, but they were gifted. It's just like you see Tank Davis gifted with power. There was brothers that I seen in fights that were gifted, naturally gifted with timing. So even though they was punching incorrectly, they was landing way more than the other dude. Their boo bops was on top. They was boo bopping on top. But still can't compete with what you see on the other side of a trained fighter. See, the trained fighter is saying, yes, I'm ready to go out there and die. The street fighter is saying, I'm prepared to die when necessary. There's two different worlds there. Perfect example. Kendall Slice went into the octagon fast, and he was beating people up. But when he got into that octagon, it was different. Because you know what else is happening in that octagon? They making you fight for like 15 minutes. 15 minutes. How long is the average street fight? Maybe 2 minutes? 3 minutes if we lucky. These guys are fighting for 15 minutes. 15. You don't even know what that world is like when your lungs are on the gate for 15 minutes. It's totally different from a 3-minute burst. So we talking about the trained fighter also has stamina. The trained fighter is sparring, so he's getting punched in the face, kicked in the face, or choked on the regular. Just like if a street fighter runs into one of them Brazilian jiu-jitsu masters, and I've worked with those brothers too, you're getting folded up like a pretzel. You better have a weapon and some friends with you. But if you would tangle with him, he's gonna fold you like a pretzel. I know Muay Thai fighters. Get into a fight with one of those dudes as a street fighter and see if you don't get your legs sauteed. Sauteed. Kick from right under you. Boop. Let me tell you something. You don't know what it is to take a kick from a trained Muay Thai man. It will change your life. I tell you that. It will change your life. They different. They kicks hit different. That's all I'm gonna say. So if you a street fighter, how are you dealing with that? How you dealing with getting that leg checked? You don't know how to check the kick yet. They out there practicing checking the kick for hours. They checking kicks in their sleep. Like I said, we have to wake up from that delusion. There's a lot of us, and that's what these debates are about. And I'm here for the smoke. Bring what you got. But I'm gonna tell you, I stand with the trained fighter, and I was a street fighter. Street fighter can't compete with the trained fighter. Just the discipline alone of waking up 5 in the morning and taking your time when you could be out doing something else. You know, when I was a street fighter, you know what we did with our downtime? We was puffing trees, we was smoking trees. Some people were smoking cigarettes. So you gonna take that cigarette smoking lung against that trained fighter who got baby lungs? His lungs are on steroids. His lungs like what? What? We want all the smoke. You know what I'm saying? You gonna take your smoke-filled dirty lungs against that man. You're crazy. He said, my man said, A Thiel, trained fighter all day. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, man. Come on, man. Trained fighter all day. And I got people on Facebook, they coming with well, what if he just came out of jail and all? Listen, people, I seen some of these dudes that just supposed to have came out of jail, and then we see them in these YouTube fights and stuff. They did, and they like this, and I ain't dissing them. I ain't dissing them, because man on man, you fight for your life, but there's no technique there. Let me tell you something. Fighting is a learned mechanic. It's a learned mechanic. It's not something you just do because you angry. A lot of us have mistaken anger and aggressiveness for technical fighting. No, don't get it twisted. You run into that man Khabib. You run up on Khabib and see if he don't choke you out like he was choking out that bear when he was 9 years old. What's the best conditioning for stamina? Lord JMO. To me, if we talking about fighting, if you want the best stamina for fighting, we see these videos with Ali and they running miles and all of that good stuff. That's cool. That's cool. But I've fought before and found out that long running doesn't really translate to fight stamina. No, it doesn't. Long marathon running does not translate to fight stamina. You need wind sprints, explosive runs. You run as hard as you can to one point, you stop. You jog back. Once you get back, you burn it out again. I'm telling you, if you can build it up to where you can do 30 to 40 crazy wind sprints, you ready to go. You ready to go. Because that's what the fight is going to be like. It's going to be like quick explosions, then relax. Quick explosions, then relax. Quick explosions, then relax. Because nobody can just fight like Yu-Gi-Oh! And them. A fight ain't like Yu-Gi-Oh! Is 300 shots thrown and on. It's not going to be like that. Everybody's going to have to find a way to take a break. You know what I'm saying? So it's explosion, relax. Explosion, relax. So the best thing for that is wind sprints. A Deal said, haymakers don't mean nothing towards the jab. That's right. Listen, a jab will change your life. If you ain't never been hit by a good jab, that's another thing. The jab is like the Muay Thai kick. If you ain't never been caught with one of those, you don't want that smoke. But the jab, a good man that can put that, look at you, talk to you like, yeah, you shouldn't even beat. Like he snake charming you with his movement, snake charming you, and then the jab just bang, make your head snap back, and then you just, After about the 4th, 5th snap, you forgot why you was in the fight. You start forgetting. That's right. You start forgetting up in there. You start forgetting the reason why you was even fighting. 4 or 5 good jabs, just touching you on your, just touch. What? Listen, change your life. Arthur Bedaviv. Oh, Arthur Bedaviv is a monster. Toby Smith said, he said, that's real. I used to run for like 6 miles and still I got caught up in that, Toby Smith. I ain't gonna lie, you seeing Ali and them doing it. And nobody told me until my last teacher, not my last teacher, but my head teacher, Wilson Pitts. He was the one that informed me of that. But before then, nobody had told me nothing. So I'm doing all of this long. But let me say what long running is good for, though. It's like meditation. Long running is like good meditation, when you marathon running, because you're going at an easy pace. You know what I'm saying? Because I made that mistake as a youngin that we had this marathon at my school. Now, in my mind, I'm beating everybody. So when they aimed, I took off and I made a mistake. You do not run the marathon like a sprint. Because I have ran past everybody. I'm like, oh, I'm leaving everybody in the dust. They don't want this smoke. But them knowing how to really run the marathon, they came out easy. So as I died later on down the track, they went right past me. I think I came in like 1,051 or something. I ended up walking. So what marathon running is good for is meditation. 20 Omega said that jab hurt to watch. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Theo said, I remember a dude in high school swinging on me and on my way to class. And then my training kicked in. See, that's what happens. That's what happens. Because you know what training is? Muscle memory. You can't beat muscle memory. Like muscle memory is like putting on your pants. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna forget how to put on your pants, right? Because you done did it so many times. That's the muscle memory. So training gives you muscle memory. The Street Fighter muscle memory ain't as vast unless you are the Street Fighter that's fighting like 10 times a week. Now, if you that dude, then you still alive. Because you got to be banged up if you fighting that many times. But let's say you still alive, then yes, you can talk about the experience of fighting. I don't know without salute. Yeah, street fighting may involve weapons. Yes. See, this is where street fighting is more dangerous because of the lack of rules. You know, this is the dangerous side of street fighting is that it doesn't have to fit what's happening in the professional fighting, which is more of an honor thing. See, professional fighting is an honor thing. As boxers, I tell you, I'm only going to hit you with these. I'm not going to pick you up. I'm not going to kick you in your groin. I'm not going to have my boys come in and jump you. So professional fighting is really an honor thing. Street fighting is a survival thing. So since it's a survival thing, it can have many more variables, making it way more dangerous. Because you could be jabbing the man's face off and then his friends coming down the street and you get jumped. Eggplant, what's going on? Sunlow 55. Yeah. So there is that factor to the street fight is that anything goes. But we talking about the street fight, he's fighting somebody and the trained fighter is fighting somebody without the variables. What does the training mean? See, we want to get down and we want to celebrate the brothers that are training and get others to get trained. Because there's a lot happening in becoming the trained fighter. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot more you get from just learning how to put hands on the man. You know what I'm saying? See, when you become the trained fighter, guess what you're going to end up doing? Fighting less. It's going to be hard to trigger your emotions because you as the trained fighter, you're going to be doing this so much that you have the better chance of avoiding a fight. See, the street fighter ain't going to avoid it. He's still emotional. Small things hurt his ego. Small things hurt his pride. That's why he's fighting. See, the professional fighter, he's fighting for other reasons that make him stronger than that man. See, that's why you want to become the trained fighter. You're going to fight way less than the street fighter. You're raising the odds of survival for you. Because I can tell you right now, what did my teacher used to always tell me? You know who fights? People who don't know how to. And that's bars. I'm gonna run it again because somebody in the back may not have heard me. Do you know who fights? Really? People who don't know how to. And I can back it with factual facts by just saying, go to World Star Hip Hop and check out those fights. But they the only ones out there throwing. You every now and then you may see a trained fighter in there. And if he is, he's showing great restraint. Great restraint. Omega said that's why a lot of killers can't throw. Facts. Hold on. Eggplant said, hold on. He said, I got to fight 4 p.m. Australia time, and it's my first fight. What do I do? I'm kind of scared. Listen, first thing you got to understand, Eggplant, let me tell you something. First thing you got to understand is that if you ain't scared, then you got to be a sociopath or something. Like you got to be sick in the head if you ain't scared. So grab onto that fear. What I'm gonna need you to do is treat that fear like coal on a fire. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna tell you, Eggplant, the only way you're gonna be able to get to being courageous is moving through that fear. So you got to embrace it. You can't say you're kind of scared. You should be saying, I'm scared to death. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to perform anyway. See, then when you do that, your mind is going to switch. Your train is going to kick in. You're going to do good. You've been training for 3 years. And if you've been training for 3 years, like I said, all you do is embrace that fear. Embrace that fear. Hold on to it. Turn it into coal. Put it on the fire. And then do what the training has been. Do what you've been doing for the last 3 years. You know, my teacher used to say something to me. He said, Light, you're getting in your own way. Don't let your fear get in the way. Don't get in your own way. Use it. Absorb it. Turn that thing into fire and do what you've been doing for the last 3 years in your training. And everything gonna be good. Everything gonna work its way out. Because we can't see. See, the thing about being in the fight is you can't call who's gonna be the winner or loser. We want to be able to have that power. We don't know. But long as you perform, that's all you can ask for. Roger W. said, fear makes cowardice of us all. Customato. Yep. Sun Lo said, and fall in love with the opportunity of unleashing that fear. Bars. That's right. That's right. Great one, Sun Lo. He said, Omega said, dehydrated fighters lose gas. Prepare is vital. Yes. Tony Smith, salute, Eggplant. The people in the chat is giving you love. You're going to go out there and you're going to do what you're supposed to do. He said, I will, my boy. There you go. That's what we talking about. That's what we talking about. That's how you should be talking. You ain't, listen, when you training, you can talk. If you training, you walk the walk. So if you walk the walk, you can talk the talk. You can talk the talk. You ain't got to get crazy with it, but if you walk the walk, you can talk the talk. You put them 3 years in there, you go out there and perform. And I want to know what happens. Do I play any video games? Not as much as I used to, way back in the day. Recently, I've been stuck on that Red Redemption, that Western game. I dealt with that one a little something not too long ago. Mr. Edit says, name a Marvel character for an edit. A Marvel character. See, now I did read a lot of comic books. I'm gonna have to go with Long Shot. I don't know why nobody's done a movie on Long Shot yet. That should be in the makers. A movie on Long Shot, that's easy money. That's easy money. Marvel plan. Eggplant said, I'm going to destroy. I'm 5'11", and the other guy's like 6 foot, has a 175 centimeter wingspan, and I'm 170. Okay. Yeah, okay, so he got a little something on you. Head movement. Make sure you You know, when you coming in, don't let him try to use his range on you. Don't let him try to do none of that. If he stick that in, you just move around that. And then jump in. You go here, you jump in. You know, once you get that good slip and you feel that jab or whatever he throwing go past your shoulder, that is your moment to pounce. You got to pounce. Roger W said, get inside with uppercuts. That's right. That's another way the short man can rain on or not the shorter man, the man with the shorter reach can rain on the man with a longer reach. Get up under there. And you a little shorter than them. But listen, get up under that, come up and explode. Lord Jamo says, I believe in the street fight, you should never go to the ground. His friends could be coming. Hold on. They said Lord Jamo message restricted. Why they took his message down? I don't know why they retracted my man Lord Jamo message. He dropping bombs. You know, we already know how Lord James will come in. All love in the chat for that man there. Been holding me down for a long time. He come in all the time. That's family there. But that's what we're going to be doing with our Coffee and Maryjane people. We are bringing in the martial debate. This was a great debate. Oh, you're working on some music right now. Okay, that's what it is. That's what it is. Multi-talented. That's what we do. Yeah, this was a great debate. The next one, we're going to be bringing more debates to Coffee and Maryjane. Boxing and making music. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's a good mix. That's a good mix. But salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody that's joined. This was a good live. We will be back. As always, hands up, chin down, rumble. Young man rumble.